What's going on, guys? So last video you guys saw was finally getting the Sylvia painted, so now it's time to finally get on to getting the motor sorted. So we've got the lovely Patchet here. He's already started working on the motor. The other night I actually came down, I took all the head studs out, so the head is actually pretty much ready to come off once we take the cam belt off. And yeah, then we're going to strip the head down and strip the block down tonight and see what the insides look like. And already off the bat, this motor looks cleaner than the 25, so somewhat off to a good start.
So like, that was all cleaner and everything, but this was all really tight. Like all of these bolts were like big fucking tight.
Oh, the head bolts.
Even the,
How'd that go again?
like even the cam caps.
Oh,
Not cam caps, the cam belt cover bolts. Like the little M5 ones.
Yeah.
Really tight, so it either says that this hasn't been apart for a long time or ever.
I would say ever, because this motor is low as fuck. Actually, yeah, that's another thing. So the reason why we're pulling this motor apart is because originally this motor is out of my Safiro, and it was 120 psi across the back 4 cylinders, so it's very low.
I still tuned one of that PSI up to 337 horsepower.
Yeah, nah, I want a fresh motor.
That motor still goes too. 4 years later.
So Sam just took the head off. I wasn't able to film it, dickhead.
You're welcome.
Nah, cheers. So I did not do this water pump, but whoever did use way too much RTV, and
Here's the bit I pulled out.
yeah,
It was right there.
that was sitting in the water gallery.
Oh, it's
and,
back in the water gallery now.
and there's more shit
There's more here.
in the water
Oh, look
gallery.
at this. This one's blocked.
It's all blocked in the head gasket actually. Head gasket looks like it was still alright.
Yeah, no, this motor, the only issue with this motor was the fact that the compression was fucking low.
So is Biff the straight and bin?
Yep. Nah, G's gonna reuse it. You're supposed to reuse head gaskets.
already tried to RTV it down.
A lot of shit
I
in
don't know,
here
like,
too.
I've got a couple of head gaskets I've got kept at home on my wall of shame. My free boost one that blew all 6 cylinders.
That sounds fun.
That was fun. That was good skid. I'll stick it up on my YouTube.
You have a YouTube? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Alright, link in description below, go check it out.
It's only like 5 videos and they're only me doing burnouts, but it's funny.
Okay, I'm going to empty the oil this time, so when we flip it up, it doesn't go everywhere, and we're also going to disassemble the head.
Yeah, let's start with emptying the oil because I'm not keen on that catastrophe again.
Although we have rags this
We
time.
have rags this time, but that doesn't
That doesn't
mean we
make
need to
it
use
any
them all.
less of a catastrophe. a catastrophe.
Just because we have them doesn't mean we need to use them all tonight.
And then since we're a high performance shop, what we do is we just grab the big wheel like on the grinder, clean it off. Someone's been in here before, it actually almost looks like it says Sam on that piston, doesn't it? I'm not even joking.
Yeah, Jesus. He's playing the song of his people.
That's what my bottom end sounds like.
Oh, there's a bit of shit around the pickup.
A bit of shit in the bottom too. But it looks like the pickup was actually touching on the bottom of the sump.
Holy shit, look at that. Oh no, that's like rubbery.
Yeah, probably is. But look at the bottom of the sump. There's shit on. You can see where the pickup was touching the bottom.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit on here. This is not as clean as the 25.
But to be fair,
Please not.
it's a bit of fucking red gasket go.
Nah, there feels like there's metal in here. Yeah, there's definitely metal in there. Couple little bits. But yeah, there's actually not much. It must have just been all like gooey shit built up. To be your best friend, fucking put everything in a bag and label it. Because I'm an idiot, I don't know where things go.
Look at that, it's even got RTV thread.
And it doesn't actually look like ridiculous. Like, it's definitely worn, but yeah, that one looks pretty worn.
It's getting there. Can't feel anything on the crank though.
Explain a lot.
See, I use a lot of RTV, but at least I'm not that bad.
I've got to give you that.
Especially when most new water pumps come with gaskets. Water pump's actually not in bad condition.
Apart from all the RTV that was in it.
Yeah. Got a fucking notification for the cameras, like 4:05 this morning, like for the one at the backyard.
Let me guess.
Be the same.
Sachi?
No, what's this? Where is it? 4:03 a.m. No, that's not the one I clicked on. What's that? That's Ashley leaving for work by the looks of it. Still going back to 7:12 a.m. I'm not interested in 7 a.m.
How to be technologically challenged with Patchet?
4:03 a.m. So if we get into oh no, it's not gonna let me do it. But on this one here, you can see where there's the spider web there, and it's literally just a spider climbing up. it rang my phone for a spider climbing up.
Oh no, watch out, Spider-Man's coming to steal your cars.
Alright, so we have, as you can see, we've taken all the pistons out of the block. We ran into a bit of an issue with this cog here, trying to get it off. The 25 one came off real easy, but this one not so much. I've taken the cams out and we've got all the cam caps in here, and as you can see, Sam is spraying fuckloads of WD-40 in there because
I can't work out how to just open the can.
because the bolts for the cam caps are getting real stuck inside the cam, so we're just going to soak the fuck out of it in WD-40. As Sam grabbed his gear. Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Someone's going to be the thinker.
Yeah, so we're going to soak it. I did that with the 25 ones and it worked a treat. So yeah, unfortunately, fortunately none of them snapped, but unfortunately a couple of them are like pretty bent. So some of these bolts are fucked, but at least the cam caps themselves are fine.
Sword fight!
So as you can tell, me and Patchet have sword fights often.
You get too self-confident when we have them. Self-conscious, not self-confident.
Wait, who are you talking
You get
about?
little weenie, not big weenie.
Alright, that's probably enough.
I'm getting old. Doesn't just end it. Oh, there's the dribble down the front of the toilet seat again. Oh no, there's more. This is. I'm gonna need to sit down, guys. This is turning into something else.
Right, what's going on, guys? So what you guys just saw was like over a month ago now. As you would have seen, we finished up on the motor because we couldn't get the crank cog that drives the cam belt off the crank because yeah, it just wouldn't budge at all. So today what I'm going to be doing is going to be getting that off. I've actually already started getting it off. So what I am going to be doing is, as you can see here, I have drilled a hole in it. And once that hole was drilled, I brought myself a tap and die set the other day, brought the big boy, and yeah, just tapped some threads in it. And then what we're going to do is use this harmonic balancer puller to, yeah, pull it off. So what I still need to do is still need to drill another hole, which will do that, and then yeah, you'll basically see how it works. That thing should be able to get it, and if it doesn't, then my other idea is I'm going to drill maybe a couple little holes here, just above where the keyway is, and get a hole punch and yeah, just try and crack it open. That's not what I want to do because that'll fucking take forever. So if this works, then yeah, it'll be good. But it all sort of just depends on like how tight that is, because if it's ridiculously tight, then the bolts that I'm using, which are these ones, could end up snapping, which hopefully that doesn't happen. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is mark where I wanna drill. So I'm gonna use a hole punch to do that. The reason why you do that is because if you just start trying to drill that, your drill bit's just gonna walk, and yeah, you're never gonna be able to get the hole started. So we want it sort of like exactly on the opposite side of it. We want to try and get this as accurate as possible so it's pulling on the cog evenly and not trying to pull it on a weird angle, because then I will end up snapping one, if not both of the bolts. That looks about right there. What I'm gonna do is just hold that there, get the hammer, just Alright, so you want to give it a few whacks, try and get the indent as deep as possible, so yeah, when you go to drill it, drill bit doesn't walk. So now I've got a smaller drill bit. I'm gonna drill the pilot hole with, yeah, like I said, the smaller drill bit, and then we'll go through with the size that we actually want, and then we'll cut the threads. The second drill bit just went right through that first one. Maybe took me half an hour to try and drill it out. It takes quite a while because I'm using the wrong drill bits. It'd be so much quicker if I was using proper metal drill bits. These ones are only for wood. And because for that reason, I can't press down too hard because I already snapped one, but trying to drill out the other hole, I snapped like fucking 4 of them. So yeah, definitely if you're gonna do this at home, I'd say go and get yourself the proper drill bits because it'll make your life so much easier. But hole's drilled now. So yeah, now it's time to cut the thread. So yeah, as I said, we got the tap and die set here. So what this thing does is you just screw that in, as you would have seen with Nathaniel's motor when we recut the bell housing and threads. So yeah, it just sort of starts to screw in there, and then you use this little tool here, which you can unscrew, and then you can see the way that it's shaped, that the back of this, which is square, just fits into that, and then yeah, you just cut them. This is our final result for hopefully this thing comes off. So yeah, this is a harmonic balancer puller. So I've got the 2 bolts in here, and yeah, basically what this does is this pushes against the crank and then pulls that out, and then yeah, hopefully pulls the cog with it. You're supposed to use a crank bolt, and this little thing here sits against the bolt, but unfortunately that bolt pushes it out too far, so I couldn't use these bolts. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it doesn't damage the crank. It shouldn't really. I did clean up this, and I'm about to just slip a little bit of grease on it too, so if it does start moving, once it hits the grease, hopefully it comes off nice and easy. But if I feel like I am starting to damage the crank, I'll just call it a day and go and grab some longer bolts and maybe come back on the weekend. But yeah, we'll see how it goes anyway, and yeah, fingers crossed it works. All right, so it is now a couple of days on from what you guys just last saw, and yeah, had no luck getting the crank cog off, but we came here last night, and so what had happened is the bolts that I was using were too weak, and yeah, they snapped. So I'm now using these bigger high tensile ones. We re-drilled the holes a little bit bigger, and then I tapped some new threads in there. And what I've also used is we went and brought some of this stuff earlier. Thanks to Chris for buying this shift you bastard shit. It's real good for like penetrating and getting deep and helping to loosen things up. So I've been spraying that on it all day, and also just heated the absolute fuck out of it with this torch. And yeah, it's moving. We've already successfully broken it loose, and it's now coming out pretty easily. So real good. Finally getting this thing fully apart.
I reckon try a little bit more of that breakaway in there.
Actually, that's not a bad idea either.
I won't do fuckery down there, but
Success, it is off. Fucking hell, what a mission this thing has been.
that's got to be the worst one I've ever had to take off.
Yeah, that was fucking ridiculous. So we got the oil pump off, the crank is out of the motor. These bearings are definitely worn, but they're not completely shot. So yeah, well, I mean, motor's all apart, might as well replace them anyway. But this motor's actually pretty healthy. I can't be fucked taking the crank off the cradle, but the bearings on the cradle on this side, yeah, they pretty much the same as those. They're they're worn, but they're not terrible. I have since decided I am probably going to spend a little bit more money and get the collar done. Originally I wasn't going to, but the collar's like 80 bucks, and then I'm not sure how much it is going to be to get it to get that machined off and have it slipped on. But while the motor's apart, again, I may as well just do it once, do it right. And yeah, then that way I can just not bash the limiter, but if I do, hit the limiter a bit more, it doesn't matter as much. I'm not going to risk breaking the oil pump. I will be putting billet gears in at some point as well. This thing's only going to be making like 200 horsepower to start with, but say, I want to go up to maybe 350, even 400. Yeah, it'll be a lot more reliable with the collar. So yeah, it's pretty good. super happy that we're able to finally get that fucking crank cog off and get this thing all ready to go to the machine shop to get machined, because this thing, the front end still needs to go on. You guys will probably see that video, I don't know, maybe within a week or so. But yeah, once the front end's on, once this motor's done, rebuilt, goes back in, this thing is pretty much ready to hit the track. There's just a few small wiring things to do, and couple little bits and pieces here and there, basically just put it back together. But yeah, that'll probably be it for this one. Cheers for watching, guys. This video is fucking dragged on heaps. Started filming it like well over a month ago, but it's finally good to have it done. So yeah, catch you in the next one, guys.